My dear child, I know that pain and uncertainty can steal your strength and shake your hope, but I want you to know that there is a power within you that can transform this reality. Faith is more than believing, it is a living force that connects you to my presence, allowing you to find healing, peace and renewal. Today, I want to show you how this faith can be the key to overcoming any disease, strengthening not only your body, but also your soul and your mind. Allow this message to guide you, and discover the power that only faith can bring to your life. My child, I know how overwhelming the storms of life can seem. When the body faces illness and strength seems to be lacking, the soul often feels lost. But I want you to know that faith is the pillar that keeps you standing when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Just like a tree that remains firm even in strong winds because its roots are deep, faith is the root that keeps you anchored. It doesn't remove the storms, but it gives you strength to face them. Imagine that you are on a boat in the middle of a rough sea. The waves are high, the winds are intense, and fear tries to dominate. But remember, I am the captain of your ship. With faith as your anchor, you remain stable even when the winds of illness and discouragement blow. You are not alone, I am by your side, guiding you safely, even in the greatest difficulties. There are times when your strength seems small and your strength runs out. This is natural, but I want you to know that my strength never fails. When you place your faith in me, you will find a source of energy that never runs dry. Just as the sun is reborn every morning, even after the darkest night, faith renews your courage and strengthens you to face another day. You can rest in me and find relief for your weary soul. Faith is not just a feeling, it's a choice you make, even when everything seems difficult. Choose to believe in me when your body is weak and your mind is full of doubts. Remember that it is I who sustains the mountains and keeps the rivers in their courses. If I am able to care for all of creation, how could I not care for you, who are so precious to me? Believe, even when you can't see the solution. When fear tries to steal your peace, cry out to me. Faith is like a shield that blocks the attacks of doubt and despair. It not only protects you, but also gives you the courage to face what seems impossible. With it, you will see that pain can be overcome and that each day brings the promise of something new. Hold my hand, for together we can win any battle. Believe that, even in storms, there are hidden lessons. Each drop of rain may seem heavy, but as it falls, it nourishes the earth and brings new life. So it is with your struggles. Faith turns your challenges into opportunities for growth. I strengthen you with every step, and even the smallest advancement is significant in my eyes. Keep trusting, for there is a purpose in everything. Faith is not just about strength, but also about endurance. Just as a current shapes the rocks of a river over time, your hardships shape your character. With faith, you not only go through the storm, but you come out of it stronger and more complete. I am working in your life, even when you don't realize it. Trust that the winds that blow now are the ones that push you towards what is ahead. When you feel like you are on the verge of giving up, remember that I have already won every battle for you. My victory is yours. Just as the dark night precedes the dawn, your faith will guide you to the light. Do not look at the size of the problem, but at the greatness of my power. I am with you, and together we will win. Faith is also a testimony to those around you. When you stand firm even in the midst of struggles, others see my strength in you. Your faith not only sustains you, but also inspires those around you. Just as one candle lights another, your faith can light the path of those who are lost. Be a reflection of my love and let others see what I can do. I see your tears, I hear your prayers, and I know your pains. But I also see your strength, even when you don't feel it. Faith connects you to me, and in that connection you find everything you need to win. Just as a fruit tree bears fruit in the right season, faith in me produces fruits of hope, peace, and healing in your life. Have you ever stopped to notice how mountains remain firm, even under storms? This is the soul of those who trust in me. Faith transforms you into someone resilient, capable of enduring and overcoming any adversity. I have strengthened you with a strength that not even the greatest challenge can break. Trust me, and you will see how each step of faith leads you to something greater. Therefore, I want to remind you that, in me, you find true strength. No matter how big the waves are that try to knock you down, your faith is greater. She makes you walk on the water, lifts you up when you fall, and gives you the certainty that I am by your side. Keep listening to this message, because there is something very important that I want to teach you about the peace that only faith can bring. My child, if you trust me, write Amen in the comments. My child, uncertainty is like a dense fog that can obscure the path in front of you. When you face exams, treatments, and doubts about the future, it's natural for your mind to be agitated. But I want you to know that faith is the light that cuts through this fog. When you trust in me, you discover that you can walk with serenity, even without seeing all the details of what is to come. I am your peace, even when everything around seems unstable. Anxiety tries to invade your heart, like waves that ceaselessly crash on the beach, but faith acts like a rock that cannot be shaken. Remember that I am in control of everything. Nothing happens without me knowing, and nothing is too big for me to resolve. When you place your worries in my hands, you will find rest. Your peace does not depend on circumstances, but on knowing that I care for you at all times. I want you to imagine a bird in the middle of a storm. Even with strong winds around him, he finds shelter on a safe branch and waits in peace. So is your soul when you trust in me. Faith reminds you that, even in chaos, there is a refuge where you can rest. I am that refuge. Come to me with your doubts, your fears, and your anxiety, and I will give you the peace you seek. The wait can be difficult, but it is in faith that you find the serenity to endure it. When time doesn't seem to pass and answers don't come, I want you to remember that I am never late. Every moment is under my control, and faith allows you to wait without despair. Just like a farmer who plants a seed and waits for the harvest, trust that the fruits will come at the right time. Your patience will be rewarded. Faith also helps you see beyond appearances. When the results are not what you expected or the path seems difficult, faith gives you eyes to see that I am working behind the scenes. Not everything good comes immediately, but everything I do has a purpose. Trust that even when you don't understand, I am preparing something greater for your life. Peace comes from this certainty. I know waiting can bring doubts. Questions like, what if it doesn't work out, or what if something worse happens, may arise. But I want you to remember that I am bigger than any what ifs. My peace is like a calm river that flows, even among the stones. When you surrender to me, you find this flow of peace that cuts through all your uncertainties. Just trust and rest in me. Anxiety often arises from trying to control what is beyond your control. I want you to hand over that control to me. Imagine letting go of the reins of a horse and letting it follow the path I have charted. It is in this surrender that you find peace, because you know that I never make mistakes. Every detail of your life is in my care, and I never lose control. Trust, and you will see how anxiety loses strength. My peace is not like that of the world, which depends on favorable circumstances. It is deep, lasting, and present, even in the most difficult moments. When you turn to me in prayer, you find this relief for the soul. I want you to know that every prayer of yours is heard, and none of it is ignored. Talk to me about your uncertainties and see how faith transforms even the most challenging moments. Faith also teaches you to be grateful, even before you see the answer. When you give thanks for what you have not yet received, you are telling the universe that you trust me. This attitude changes your perspective and makes room for peace. Be grateful not only for what I have already done, but for what I am about to do. Gratitude is the language of faith, and it attracts blessings into your life. I know that waiting and uncertainty can be tiring, but I want you to remember that faith renews your strength. Just like an eagle that soars above storms, faith lifts you above worries. No matter how difficult the situation is, I am with you, supporting you. Just trust, and you will see how peace becomes a reality in your life, even in the most uncertain moments. Faith transforms you, my child. It not only calms your mind but also strengthens your heart. When you trust me, uncertainties do not paralyze you, but become opportunities to grow. I am shaping you, preparing your heart for something greater. Keep walking with me, because the peace that faith brings is just the beginning. There is something even more powerful that I want to teach you about the impact of faith on your healing. If this message is touching your heart, remember to support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to continue receiving words of comfort. My child, there is a profound mystery that few understand. Faith has the power to open paths where there previously seemed to be no way out. When you place your trust in me, you are allowing me to work in your life in a supernatural way. Healing begins when the heart believes, when the mind quiets, and when the spirit trusts. No matter how difficult it seems, I want you to know that your faith is the key that unlocks doors that were previously closed. Imagine a small plant that breaks through the arid earth in search of the sun. This strength comes from within, driven by the faith that the sun will bring life. This is how your soul is when you trust me. No matter how dry or desolate the terrain around you may seem, your faith is like this life force that breaks down barriers and achieves healing. Believe that I am the light that nourishes your spirit and restores your health. Faith is not just a desire or an idea, it is an act of surrender. When you place your trust in me, you are allowing me to carry the weight that you cannot bear. I see your pains, your struggles, and your tears. But I also see your strength when you choose to believe. It is in this surrender that healing begins, because you stop fighting alone and allow me to work in your life. I want you to understand that healing doesn't just happen in the body, but also in the heart and mind. Emotional burdens often weigh more than any physical illness. I see these burdens and I am here to ease them. Your faith gives me permission to touch these hidden areas and bring about complete restoration. When you believe, you make room for my love and my power to transform you from the inside out. Just as a river finds unexpected ways to follow its course, faith finds ways to bring healing, even when everything seems lost. I am the God who makes paths in the desert and rivers in the dry land. When you hold on to faith, you are connecting with this source of miracles. Don't look at the size of the problem, look at the size of my power. I am capable of doing the impossible. Healing often starts with small changes that you don't even notice. A word of comfort, a moment of prayer, or even a sigh of relief can be the first signs that I am taking action. I want you to pay attention to these little things because they are proof that your faith is moving mountains. Keep believing, even when the results seem distant, because I am working on every detail. Science is an instrument that I use to bring healing, but there are times when faith transcends what is explained. There are situations where human logic cannot reach, but the power of faith does what seems impossible. When you trust me, you make room for these miracles to happen. Believe that your healing is on the way, even if you don't see the results yet. Faith is what connects the visible to the invisible. Faith not only brings physical healing, but it also renews your energy and purpose. When you believe, you realize that there is more life to be lived, more dreams to be fulfilled, and more love to be shared. I want you to know that your story doesn't end here. I am writing a new chapter, full of hope and restoration. Just trust, and you will see how everything transforms when faith is your guide. Healing also involves actions. I want you to take care of the temple that is your body, eat well, rest, and keep your mind positive. But most of all, trust me. Just as a gardener takes care of each plant, I am taking care of you. Faith helps you see that every little care is part of my plan to restore your health and bring fulfillment to your life. Faith teaches you to be grateful, even in the healing process. When you give thanks for what is yet to come, you are showing that you believe in my power. Gratitude is a bridge that connects your soul to my heart. I want you to practice gratitude daily, even for small advances, because each one is a sign that I am working in your life. When you face doubts, remember that I am faithful to my promises. Healing may not come in the way you expect, but it will always come in the way that is best for you. Trust that I see beyond what you see and that my will is perfect. Your faith is what allows me to accomplish what seems impossible to human eyes. Don't give up believing. The faith that opens paths to healing is the same faith that gives you a new perspective on life. I want you to keep listening to this message, because there is something profound that I want to teach you about how faith transforms your mind and prepares you for even greater victories. My child, I want you to understand that the way you see challenges determines how you face them. Faith doesn't just change your circumstances, it transforms your mindset. When you trust me, you begin to see possibilities where before there were only problems. Just as dawn dispels the darkness of night, faith illuminates your mind with hope and new perspectives. Change always starts from the inside out. Imagine that your mind is like a garden. If you allow the weeds of fear and doubt to grow, they will choke out the flowers of hope and trust. But when you cultivate faith, it's like watering these flowers with pure water. Faith brings renewed vision, allowing you to see blessings in the midst of difficulties. With my help, you can transform your inner garden into a place of peace and strength. Often, negative thoughts become like chains that bind your soul. I want you to know that faith has the power to break these chains. When you hold fast to my word and believe my promises, your mind will be freed from everything that limits it. You are not defined by your circumstances, but by the strength you find in me. Allow faith to be the key that opens the doors to your mental freedom. I encourage you to look at life with eyes of gratitude. Even in the most difficult times, there are reasons to be grateful. Faith helps you shift your focus from everything you lack to everything you already have. Just like a tree that blooms even on rocky soil, your life can flourish when you choose to trust. Gratitude transforms even the grayest days into moments of light. When your mind is filled with doubt, I want you to turn to me in prayer. Prayer is like a gentle breeze that sweeps away worries and brings clarity. Every time you pray in faith, your mindset is strengthened. I hear your every word, even the ones you can't express. Trust that as you speak to me, you will receive the peace you seek and find the strength to continue. Faith teaches you to replace "I can't" with "God, I can." Often, limiting thoughts arise to stop you from moving forward. But I want you to know that with my strength, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Imagine an eagle that, despite contrary winds, uses those same winds to fly higher. So are you when you trust me and let faith guide your mind. I want you to remember that thoughts are like seeds. What you plant in your mind grows and manifests in your life. When you sow faith, you reap courage, hope, and perseverance. I am with you, helping you plant the right seeds, so that your harvest is abundant. Allow your mind to become fertile ground for all that is good and uplifting. Faith also helps you see challenges as opportunities for growth. When you believe, your perspective changes. What once seemed like an obstacle becomes a chance to learn, to become stronger, and to trust me even more. I want you to see each day as a new opportunity, because I am always doing something new in your life. Just trust and be willing to follow my path. Your mindset is a reflection of what you choose to believe. I want you to choose to believe in me, even when everything seems uncertain. Faith does not deny difficulties, but gives you the courage to face them with confidence. Just as a lighthouse guides navigators through the storm, I am the lighthouse that illuminates your mind and shows you the way to follow. When you face challenges, remember that your mind is your greatest ally. Faith teaches you to think of solutions, to find strength in moments of weakness, and to remain calm even in the most difficult situations. I am renewing your mind, empowering you to win each battle. Trust that, with faith, you can overcome any difficulty. The transformation that faith brings is not just momentary, it is lasting. I want you to continue to renew your mind daily, trusting me and surrendering to my care. I am with you in every thought, in every decision, and in every step. Believe that your transformed mindset is the foundation for a fulfilling and purposeful life. The faith that transforms your mentality is the same that connects you directly with me. Keep listening to this message, because there is something even deeper that I want to teach you about how faith strengthens this connection and gives you access to inexhaustible strength. My child, I want you to know that faith is the link that unites us. When you believe in me, you create a bridge between your heart and mine. No matter how far away you feel, faith shortens that distance and brings you closer to my strength. It is through her that you find comfort, support, and the certainty that you are never alone. This connection is the basis of everything I do for you. Imagine a vine and its branches. Just as the branches only have life because they are connected to the vine, you also only find fulfillment when you are connected to me by faith. It is this connection that feeds you, gives you strength, and sustains your journey. No matter how fragile you feel, I am the foundation that never shakes. When you trust me, your life flourishes. Faith is like an invisible thread that carries all of my strength directly to you. No matter the size of your difficulty, this thread never breaks. Even on the darkest nights and hardest days, I want you to remember that you are connected to my infinite strength. Just hold on tight and trust that I am holding you through each moment. When you pray, you are strengthening this connection. Prayer is like a river that flows from your heart to mine. Every word you say, even if silently, reaches me. I want you to know that no prayer goes unnoticed. Through faith, your words find their way to my heart, and it is through them that I send my strength to you. Many think they need to be perfect to connect with me, but that is not true. Faith does not demand perfection, only delivery. When you come to me with your doubts, fears, and weaknesses, you are strengthening our bond. I don't look at your failures, but at your willingness to trust. I want you to remember that it is your faith, not your strength, that activates my power in your life. Just as a mountain cannot move without effort, your faith is the impulse that activates miracles. When you believe, you make room for my strength to act in ways you never imagined. Don't look at your limitations, look at the size of my power. I am the God who moves mountains, and with your faith, I can move any obstacle that is in front of you. Faith connects you to my peace, which is unlike anything the world can offer. This peace does not depend on circumstances, it is constant and safe. When you trust me, you will discover that peace is more than the absence of problems, it is the certainty that I am in control. This peace strengthens your soul and gives you courage to face any challenge. I see when you feel tired, when your strength seems to be lacking. I want you to know that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Faith reminds you that you don't have to carry everything alone. I am here to share your burdens, to support you when your legs give out. Just trust and allow me to strengthen you each day. Faith also connects you to hope. When you believe, your heart is filled with the certainty that better things are to come. I want you to see your life as a field being prepared for harvest. Faith is the seed, and I am the farmer who takes care of every detail. Keep believing, because the harvest will be abundant and full of blessings. I want you to see faith as a ladder that takes you to new levels. Every step you take in trust brings you closer to me and the strength I have to offer you. Even if the steps are difficult, keep climbing. I am supporting you, encouraging you, and preparing you for greater things. Never stop believing, because I never stop acting. Faith is not just about receiving my strength, it's about sharing that strength with the world. When you trust me, your life becomes a testimony of what I can do. I want you to use your faith to enlighten others, to show that there is hope even in the most difficult times. Your connection to me is not just for you, it's about touching the lives around you. My child, now that you know the power that faith has to transform your life, ask yourself, what can you do today to strengthen this connection? What thoughts, habits, or fears need to be surrendered to me for your healing to be complete? Remember that faith is not just about believing, but also about acting. Take the first step, however small it may seem, and trust that I will be with you in each one of them. If this message touched your heart, remember to support this channel. Like the video, subscribe, and share this message with those who also need to hear about the power of faith. Spreading this light is a way to transform the world around you. And don't stop here. In the previous video, you will find a powerful message about the miracle of spiritual healing. It will appear on the screen for you to watch and continue your learning journey. I love you, my child. May the peace, love, and joy that come from the kingdom of heaven be always present in your life. Amen.